If you are in any way involved with any kind of politically dissident movement, do not expect any kind of positive coverage from the media. You can expect nothing but negativity and a framing that makes you look like the bad guys. I see this all the time. Oh, well, what are the media going to say? They're going to lie about you. A lot. Constantly. On purpose. To make you look like you're some sort of threat to the established order. Because you are. And that's okay, because that's why we're here. And I suppose I am speaking to UKIP, but this is a point that is much more broad. Any kind of non-establishment political activism is going to be met with a wall of misrepresentation, because the people who are interviewing you have absolutely no interest in allowing you to get anywhere. And the only reason that they're interviewing you is because they think they can stop you. Let's use the CNN of Britain to make this example. Sky News. Here's how they cover the Democratic Football Lads Alliance. Now, this is a predominantly working class group who are objecting to the Muslim grooming gangs in the north of England.
Democratic Football Lads Alliance on the march.
What do we want? Justice!
Among them, in the centre here wearing a suit, is the UKIP leader Gerard Batten. Sky News is the only broadcaster present, and we're not invited.
Sky News knows that there are Muslim grooming gangs in the north of England. They will in fact say as much in their reports.
They are supposedly here to peacefully demonstrate against the rape of women and children by Muslim gangs.
But the tone and tenor of the rest of the report is designed to make you believe that there isn't actually a problem. These people are just racists. Even when they give the DFLA members a platform and allow them to actually express themselves, the DFLA are attacking the media, and then the interviewer says, well, you're being called racist.
So who are these people?
None of us are racist. I'm an EDL member. I'm a Tommy Robinson boy. I'm sick of the corrupt government telling us lies, blacking out. They're doing blackouts on news media. Look what's happening in Paris, France, Germany, Sweden.
All things that were reported.
All things that were reported on correctly. They weren't reported on correctly.
Are you from what?
Sky News.
Sky News.
Oh, the biggest liars out there. So why don't you report accurate news? Why don't you report about all the rapes that are going on, all the Islamic terrorism that's going on? You know full well what's going on.
We have reported on terrorist attacks. And we have reported on what's been going on in Telford.
Why do you label people?
How else would you know?
Why do you label people? Why do you label people? Why do you call us racist?
They attack the media for calling them racists. And instead of publishing the response that the journalist made to this allegation, they instead publish their opposition, the people calling them racists, as if they are a worthy barometer of what is and is not racist.
We asked the counter-protesters why they think the group is racist.
What's your problem with these guys?
They're racist!
Why? They say they're just protesting against rape.
They do, yeah, but they need a moral cover, don't they? We stand with the victims of rape who could be any colour, from any religion or any nationality. They're only interested in having a go at Muslims. That's a new form of racism. If we allow it to divide us, we're shocked.
Not only will they try to frame you as racists, they will also try to frame you as violent.
No trouble. No trouble. Anyone goes to kick off, tell them no trouble.
It doesn't feel like no trouble. Ahead, a row of police are hoping to separate them from a group of anti-racism protesters.
Go that way, don't worry about these. Come on, next.
The Football Lads Alliance try to break through, but it doesn't turn out to be peaceful.
And of course, in the context of the DFLA, any violence is bad. We can compare this coverage to the favourable coverage that Sky News gave to the American version of Antifa. Antifa being a primarily middle-class, socialist, communist, anarchist group that in the footage I'm about to show you is based in Portland.
Antifa, short for anti-fascist.
I don't know if people understand what the stakes are.
They've become a lightning rod in Trump's America. Clashing with a resurgent far right on streets across the country. To some, they are violent, dangerous criminals. But to others, they are warriors for justice, the last line of defence. This is a story of radical resistance in the United States.
You can already see the difference in the tone of the reporting. This is entirely favourable. They're being portrayed as edgy rebels with rock music fighting for a good cause, despite the fact that Sky News know that Antifa are every bit, if not more violent than organisations like the DFLA.
I just know that we can't give any fascist an inch or else they'll take a mile. We've seen that before in Europe, and they have to be quashed when they're small and by any means necessary.
That can mean physical confrontation, and that is what happens.
And when an Antifa member is openly supporting and promoting violence by any means necessary, they don't juxtapose that with someone from, say, Patriot Prayer, the constitutionalist group that Antifa are currently opposing and calling Nazis. In fact, Sky News will not only buy into the narrative spun by Antifa, they will actively promote it. For example, when one Antifa member suggests that the Patriot Prayer group wants everyone in America to be white and Aryan.
Listen to them. Yeah. They want gay people out. They want immigrants out. They want anybody that isn't Aryan out.
They will juxtapose that with a non-white member of the group and say, despite his heritage, he's part of their group. As if the accusation from Antifa is true in any way, despite the fact that the footage they're showing you disproves the allegation of racism or white supremacy from the Patriot Prayer group.
The man on the left is known as Tiny. Despite his American Samoan heritage, he's a well-known and violent member of Patriot Prayer.
The evidence is all there, but it's cut together in a way to make you think that it's not, and to make you think that Antifa are actually good kids fighting for a noble cause, and that the Democratic Football Lads Alliance are actually secret racists, and the fact that Muslim grooming gangs that Sky News acknowledges and claim to report on exist and have been operating with impunity because of the fear of the word racist. The DFLA aren't actually concerned that it's their daughters and wives and cousins who are being attacked by the gangs. It's actually that they're racist. It's actually that they're hateful. It's actually that they're complete extremists who want to turn Britain into a neo-Nazi state.
People here insist that they're not fascist, they don't like to be called far right, but the overriding view is that Muslims are dangerous and that immigration is bad. And this does feel like a reincarnation of the EDL, but it's also got the leader of UKIP, Gerard Batten, on the stage, and what he's saying is pretty much indistinguishable from what you might hear from Tommy Robinson.
Despite the fact they are so open with their branding. They are against all extremism. Well, what does that mean if you're in Britain? That means you're a rather centrist, liberal-minded kind of person. That's what that means. Because the DFLA, from everything I've seen about them, just seem to be working-class people who are suffering. Whereas Antifa, from everything that I've seen, and they have attacked me personally, seem to be a bunch of bourgeois communists who are intent on a revolution that they know they're never going to get. And doesn't it make you wonder why Antifa, the supposedly revolutionary anti-establishment group, are quite happy to let establishment media track them and edit them and do everything they want, answer all their questions, interview these people as if it's being done in good faith?
We've been invited to join a group that's targeting a white nationalist. Our introduction to a secretive world begins.
We've got to move fast.
Yeah, no problem. We'll just track you.
So basically what we're doing is we're walking down. He lives in that building right there. This is his route. These are just comrades who are putting up all of these so that everyone in the neighborhood who interacts with him on a daily basis is aware of what he does and
what does he do?
He's part of the American Front. The American Front is a violent white supremacist gang.
We cover our face because many people on the far right take our photos, they post it online, they send us death threats, they attempt physical violence upon us. If they don't know who we are, we're safe.
Whereas the DFLA won't do it. They don't want Sky News recording them. They know that they're going to be cut and chopped and taken out of context. They know that they're going to be framed as if the narrative portrayed about them from Antifa is true.
Unfortunately, we were forcibly stopped from recording the whole of his speech.
You've got to report the truth. You're being nasty. Unedited truth. I've got you there, haven't I? I got you! Unedited truth! I'm editing what he said. Unedited. You won't let me near that. Yeah, you're full of.
And so this cuts to the heart of my point. You cannot expect favourable coverage from the establishment media. It's never going to happen. They can't do it. They won't do it. They will do everything in their power to make you look bad. So don't worry about them. It doesn't matter what they say. We have our own media. We are the media. We can do this. We don't need them to reach our audience. In the same way Donald Trump uses his Twitter feed, we will use our social media presence. Take, for example, the article in The Guardian today, where apparently some alleged unnamed insiders in UKIP are scared and thinking of deserting the party because they don't like the optics that come with having Tommy Robinson, the YouTubers like me and Paul Joseph Wilson, Count Dankula, and the DFLA joining. Well, of course the Guardian's going to publish that. Of course they are. They're a far-left publication. They support Antifa. They give Antifa positive coverage. Why wouldn't they give a platform to a supposed UKIP insider who's got secret information and is apparently going to leave or defect or something of the sort? How could anyone who actually cares about the future of UKIP ever go to The Guardian with any kind of information? It is clearly either a Tory entryist who's trying to hurt the party, or The Guardian have spun this from whole cloth, which frankly, I wouldn't be surprised about. Gerard Batten handled this in exactly the right way. You put the media in their place. You tell them you are not trustworthy. I do not care about your opinions. You are going to lie about us regardless of what we say or do. The fact that you come to us with unsubstantiated allegations from far-left radicals means nothing. All they will do is lie about you. All they will do is misrepresent you. All they will do is try and stop you getting the job done. Don't let them do it. Just ignore them. I promise. We can do this.
So what is the leader of UKIP doing here?
This is a Football Lads Alliance march. I mean, how do you feel associating UKIP's name with that?
I've already given talks to their groups. Lots of them have joined us. They are democratic. As you can see, they're against extremism of any kind.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it.
There have been issues around racist comments on their website, calling for Sadiq Khan to be hanged, for example.
Website, mate. On your Facebook
we
page.
Haven't got a website.
No, see, all you're going to do now is try to disparage what we're doing, put out some more fake news. So I didn't agree to do an interview, so I'm here to do... No, because what you'll do is what you always do. You'll raise some issue that's not relevant. As this gentleman said, already told you they don't have a website.
They do have a website.
So,
they have a Facebook page. That's how we knew this. That's how we knew this was happening.
You go off and you say whatever you want to say, and I'll do my stuff
but
here.
Could you answer that? You don't... It's fair enough to answer that question.
Which question? Which question?
You presumably condemn things such as...
Of course I do. I've spent 25 years being a member of a moderate party and now running a moderate party, a democratic party. We've always said that, always done that. You cannot control individuals saying stupid things. They do it in all parties. So that's the end of the interview. Thank you.
But why when you've got the... I think we've got more to ask you.
No, but he doesn't want to answer, does he?